This is the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Wednesday, the 21st of June. I'm Michael Groff. Yesterday's high temperature in the valley officially at Sky Harbor, 119 degrees. That tied for the fourth hottest day in Phoenix history. Needless to say, we broke a daily record. Here in Arcadia, where I do these videos from, I had 121 degrees on my thermometer. And we're going to continue to see oppressively and dangerously hot temperatures today and tomorrow. But gradually, as we go through the rest of the week into the weekend, we'll see temperatures easing back just a bit. Still some records in jeopardy, though, for today and tomorrow. And what about that monsoon moisture as well? Let's talk about it all as we look outside this morning here at the absolutely insane hour of 3:50 a.m. A few high clouds in the valley right now. Still 93 degrees at Sky Harbor. Dew points crept up to 45. Relative humidity 19%. The winds are light. The barometer at 29.67 inches and steady. Temperatures across the area right now, upper 80s in the so-called cool spots. Meanwhile, mid-90s still here in the urban core. These temps will cool off a couple more degrees before sunrise. Satellite shows a few high clouds here across the southern and eastern part of the state, the leftovers from yesterday's convection, which produced some blowing dust in northern Pinal County, but just didn't make it here to the valley. Here's the watch warning map and heat, the big story out here in the western half of the country. We've got the excessive heat warning still in effect here in Maricopa County, including Phoenix, until 9 p.m. Sunday, and those extend from Tucson to Yuma, up to Kingman, Las Vegas, Imperial, Palm Springs, all the way up into the northern Sacramento, San Joaquin valleys of California. Heat advisories in northern Arizona and as well as along the immediate west coast. Tropical storm warnings along the Gulf Coast from around Port Arthur, Texas to Pensacola, Florida. Tornado watches in effect there as well, as Tropical Storm Cindy continues to spin around in that area and will eventually come ashore over the next 24 to 36 hours. Flash flood watches parts of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. On the convective outlook, a slight risk of severe storms today along the immediate Gulf Coast associated with Tropical Storm Cindy. So from around Lake Charles east to Mobile, Alabama, could see some tornadoes there today. That's going to be a big risk, along with the flooding, very heavy rainfall, and some wind. So watch out for that. Parts of the Plain States today, from the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles north to the Canadian border, east to Minneapolis, St. Paul, and La Crosse, another slight risk area. The marginal risk surrounds that across much of the plains and in parts of the northeast. As far as our weather, let's talk about all of the details and see what's going on. If we can find any cooler weather, we'll look at the models right now. This is the GFS. It's the 06Z run, valid at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time today. The view across North America at 500 millibars. High pressure centered over the Arizona-New Mexico border, so another very hot day, but not quite as hot as yesterday. Upper heights coming down just a little bit to around 594 decameters. Isolated showers and thunderstorms later this afternoon as just a tiny bit of moisture continues to seep into the state. Those will stay mainly over the White Mountains, maybe the far eastern rim country. Not going to see anything even close to what we saw yesterday, so no blowing dust threat here in the valley, but high temperatures around 114 to 117. Still thinking we're going to break the daily record here today. Tonight, a few clouds, otherwise mostly clear, lows in the low 80s to low 90s. Tomorrow, just ever so slightly cooler still, highs 111 to 114, the sky remaining mostly sunny. Again, an isolated thunderstorm possible in the far eastern part of the state. Friday, the ridge continues to weaken ever so slowly. Upper heights continue to fall off slightly as well. Highs right around 109 to 112. On Saturday, the ridge strengthens just a little bit again, and you do see some moisture beginning to creep into parts of New Mexico and across Texas, some tropical moisture there, but it looks like we're going to stay dry for the most part this weekend with highs 112 to 115 Saturday, 111 to 114 Sunday, each day mostly sunny. Monday, a little bit more moisture continues to push west as that area of high pressure sits off to our east. And maybe more of a southeasterly flow begins to develop, or a southerly flow as troughing begins to develop along the west coast as well. Highs come down maybe just a little bit more as we add some more moisture to the atmosphere, around 107 to 110 on Monday, 106 to 109 on Tuesday. And the GFS, this run indicates a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, maybe even here in the valley next Tuesday afternoon. Wouldn't count on that. That's still 6-7 days out, so we don't want to get too excited about this idea, but we have seen this trend of more moisture coming into the south central deserts early or middle part of next week, even though it'll probably be relatively brief. Then this is a week from today. This is Wednesday, the 28th of June. High pressure to the east, troughing well off to our west, weak troughing. So broad southerly, maybe some slightly southwesterly flow, but still could see a little bit of moisture trying to work its way in here. High temperatures falling back to around 104 to 107. Here's Thursday, the 29th of June. More of a southwesterly flow developing, so more dry air comes in, but temperatures are going to be down a bit. 103 to 106, and then this is the end of the forecast period. The last day of June, Friday, June 30th. Troughing hanging around here in the west, upper heights around 588 decameters, which is fairly normal for this time of year. So high temperatures will be fairly normal, and that means around 104 to 107, which, hey, against the contrast of 119, that doesn't feel so bad, I guess. And the air mass will be relatively dry. Looking at the temperatures through the period off of the European ensemble, and it looks like we're going to be, well, it has us at 117 today, then cooling off tomorrow and Friday, a little bit of a warm-up this weekend. And then temperatures really trend downward as we go through the rest of the month and into July. That's some good news. And that'll do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. Our next video back here tomorrow morning. Thanks so much, as always, for watching, and have a great Wednesday.